Hi, this is Questions to Our Counselors. I'm Paul Friedman, and if you like these, then let us know, so we'll keep them up because this is new. My wife filed for divorce 5 weeks ago after an argument and feeling emotionally unsafe. I also had an emotional affair at work, but unclear if my wife knows. So not sure if my wife is divorcing because of the argument or the affair. Should I tell her about the affair in setting of divorce? Wow. So, where do I begin on this? Usually, and I'm just going to be very candid, by the time a wife leaves, physically leaves, she's done. So, he asks, is it because of my emotional affair? Which, no, you should never reveal things you've done in the past. At work, or is it because of the argument? Hell no, it's not because of one argument. That's impossible unless someone drew a knife. Even then, people don't leave because of arguments. So what happens is that marriage is, because of a lack of understanding of marriage, how to behave, how you're supposed to be, what you're supposed to do, because we're not taught. I'm not blaming anybody. It's just a fact. Before we can drive a car, we have to get a license. Before we get a license, we have to take a driver's ed course, and it's extensive. But for marriage, you just go down and you pay your $40 or whatever it costs, and boom, you're off to the races. And nobody knows how to be married. Now, some churches have classes, but they're useless. They really are. And I don't know that personally. I know that because we have psychologists who have become TMF psychologists, or TMF marriage counselors, not psychologists, and Catholic who told me, it's just a waste of time. And so what happens is, this is a universal problem. So what's happening in the world today is the equivalent of, if they couldn't build safe airplanes, so they put up a lot of hospitals. And that's why there's a lot of psychologists out there. But that's insane. And yes, our society can do things that's insane, and that's one of them. So what we really should be doing is we should be learning how to be married, either before we get married or as soon as trouble starts hitting and we realize, whoa, I don't know how to do this thing. I don't know how to be married. I used to be a divorce mediator. I came across plenty of people who didn't know how to be married, but I didn't either. At that time, I was all in for divorce. You're not getting along. It's not working out. One or both of you are being a-holes. End it. Find somebody else. And psychologists were telling us, don't worry about the kids. They'll be fine, which is a lie. It is not true. It's a bold-faced lie because they know it. Because the statistics have been taken now for 100 years, and those kids get totally grounded up when their parents get a divorce. It's a fact. And not just in poor homes, not just in rich homes, across the demographic spread. And everything. Doesn't matter what your race is, your religion, just doesn't matter. If you get a divorce, your kids are messed up. It's a fact. So that should be incentive for most people to learn, but they don't know where to turn to. So now the Marriage Foundation is starting to gain traction. I created teachings for marriage, and they're real. They're based on real principles. They're scientific. They're based on basically cause and effect, the physics of life, the physics of existence. And so it works. Is his marriage savable? He doesn't even ask me. He doesn't even ask me. I think he knows. He must have read it already on our webpage. And this is old. This is 4 or 5 years old, this question. But all these questions stay the same. They're evergreen questions. And so by the time the wife leaves, she's done. Women tend to leave and it's done. We've never been able to save one of those marriages. When a man leaves or is having an affair or something huge is happening, he can be won back. This is the power of women, I believe. People say, oh, no, men and women are the same. No, they're not. No, not at all. There's strengths and weaknesses to both, but when it comes to saving a marriage, Women have the power. Why? I know I'm getting off on a tangent, but this is really good stuff. What happens is, as we're created biologically, we have a biology and we have a psychology. It has nothing to do with psychologists. We have a psychology. It's what's going on in the mind. The psychology is governed by two primary things. One is your free will. You get to decide which thoughts you will run with and which thoughts you will push aside. And hopefully you will choose based on morality. There's a second influence that, unfortunately, because we don't pay attention to the first, ends up dominating our lives. And that is psychophysiologically induced behavior. That means physiologically imposing on the psychology, which makes us behave in certain ways, makes us think in certain ways. And biology is what? It's all about survival. Survival depends upon your gender. If you're male, then it's fight or fly, mostly. But if you're a woman, then you have some other tools, right? Now, also, psychophysiologically, women are the nurturers because they're the ones who carry a child for 9 months and then care for it the rest of their life. You know, we say, oh yeah, husbands can be good mothers too. No, they can't. They're fathers, and they don't have the same connection to their children. And women, because of this quality that's imposed upon them by nature, they have more of a connection to their heart. It's just a fact. I'm not trying to put down men or praise women. It's just a fact of nature. And so when it comes time for forgiveness, even if a woman wants to come back after she has cheated on her husband or really left him, he can't handle it. He can't forgive her. And that's usually why they don't work. And women are intuitive, much more so than men. So the women know this, and there's the cycle, and almost impossible. We've never been able to help a couple get back together when the wife has cheated or left. But when men cheat, leave, have active affairs, that's most of our business. Most of the women who come to us for help, that's what's going on. And it works. So there you have it. All right. So this guy is asking the question, should I tell her about the affair and the setting of divorce? I have no idea why you would tell her about the affair. It's sort of a bizarre idea. It's bizarre. I can't even come up with, and I've seen it all, I can't come up with a reason why he would want to. But that was the question. The answer is no. Don't bring up the past, ever. It's unnecessary. It doesn't provide anything positive, anything good, so don't do it. We have the choice. We have free will. This is where free will comes in. We have the free will. It determines our future and our present. Always make it loving. Always make it positive. That's the best answer. Those are the pole stars. Happiness and love. So I'm Paul Friedman. I founded the Marriage Foundation. Hopefully you'll visit our website. Hopefully you'll subscribe. Hopefully you'll like this video. Hopefully you have a great marriage. God bless you. Thank you and take care.